This is one of the more interesting carbon shoes on the market. It's a shoe with a 3-layer midsole, like what we've seen on the Adidas Prime X3 and the Li-Ning Red Hair 9 Ultra. But is this shoe a pinnacle of Qiaodan? Or is it just a headline-grabbing gimmick? Today, let's talk about the 3rd generation Feiying Plaid. 你们好，我是辉。I started this channel to review Chinese running products. More importantly, it's my way of forcing myself to practice spoken English. I'm self-sponsored and the money doesn't grow on trees. Whether good or bad, I'm going to give you my honest take with no filters. Let's dive in from the specs. This is a 40mm stack height shoe with a 7mm strap, giving us 33mm of stack height in the forefoot. Obviously, there's a lot going on with this shoe. You've got that top, middle, and bottom, 3 layers of foam with 3 different densities at the forefoot, like a huge chunk of cheese.
The top layer is the softest. That's the foam closest to your foot, giving you that comfort, plush feel. The bottom layer is the firmest, providing stability for the whole midsole platform. The orange layer in the middle gives a propulsive feel to the shoe, like an engine to the shoe. The other thing that stands out to me when I'm looking at the Feiying Plaid 3 is the window that's behind the forefoot that shows off the carbon plate. The carbon plate running through the length of the shoe. Honestly, the window doesn't really do much, at least for me. The real story is these foams. It's all made from PIBA, not that PIBA blend or PIBA based stuff. It's pure PIBA. And all made using preform foaming process to get that ultra low foam density. All of this makes this shoe, which looks like a big boy, unexpectedly light. My size 45 comes in at 221 grams. That's a very competitive weight for a race product that isn't sacrificing upper fit or also durability just to shed grams. After the basics, let's take a look at the details. Compared to previous version, the upper material hasn't changed much, but the way it's knitted is strategically arranged, so that in areas where you do want some stretch, even wide-foot runners don't need to worry. You're going to have a little more flexibility and a better fit. The print here has a slightly raised, textured feel to it. Now, to give even more ventilation in the tongue, there is a knit material that's partially see-through. They also added a V-shaped padding to relieve pressure when you lace up tight. Overall, the new Plaid 3 upper feels more refined. There are a couple of bumper pads on the back of heel to help lock everything in place. But I have to say, I did experience a little heel slippage in this shoe. It's somewhere between worth noting as a downside and basically negligible. I've done 50k of running in the Feiying Plaid 3 ahead of the review. I feel like they've done a really good job balancing the need for protecting the foam, providing grip, and keep everything lightweight. I've never had a problem with any of Qiaodan's shoes in terms of how they implement the CPU rubber. With that out of the way, let's talk about the pros and cons of actually running in it. Obviously, I've used it predominantly for faster running, as you'd expect from a shoe like this, mostly at marathon effort. And I think the shoe is just a lot more fun and exciting in that way, especially when you can get on your toes. When I'm landing the way I want to, when picking up the pace, everything works together nicely to give me good compression and then a really strong sense of decompression and pop as I push off into the next stride. That triple layer forefoot foams makes me feel very strong, very in control, with loads of booming bounce. That window in the midsole, you can see it dynamically open and close, open, close, open, close with every step. Theoretically, it's storing energy on compression and releasing it on decompression. But for me, the effect isn't that noticeable. It's got the performance, but it doesn't really take things to a new level. That's actually why some of you who follow me on Instagram know I bought the PB 6.0 a while back and never reviewed it. The foam on that shoe was kind of bland, and that window didn't seem to do anything, so I ended up returning it. Same story here. The window doesn't do much for me, but the foam's truly excellent. There is a softness to this shoe. You are going to compress and smush everything, and then it snaps back quickly. In the year plus I've been doing shoe reviews, after buying and testing so many pairs, I've gained a lot of experience, like a bit of foam sense. Sometimes just squeezing a midsole tells me whether the foaming tech is advanced. This is one of those cases. Listen to the original sound. The rebound speed and the force you are getting here require a really high level of foaming technology. I do think over a marathon distance, you're definitely going to get a more propulsive and energetic ride from this. Alright, let's wrap with some comparisons against my current favorite race day options. First up, weight. The Feiying Plaid 3 and the Feidian 6 Elite are pretty close. The Adios Pro 4 is the heaviest of the three. On foot, the Adios Pro 4 has a rocker that shoots up very quick. The main reason I love the Adios Pro 4 so much is that it has this really thick, fatty feel right in the main landing zone. That's the big difference from the Plaid 3. The Plaid 3 doesn't feel as fatty in that area, partly because of the different rocker profiles and partly because of the drop difference. The forefoot of the Plaid 3 is at least 1 mm thinner than the Pro 4. Where the Plaid 3 shines is that the Kung Fu Ultra foam is more responsive than Light Strike Pro foam. It snaps back faster. That bit more responsiveness from the foam is really nice and noticeable. For high cadence runners, the Plaid 3 can shorten ground contact time more effectively than the Pro 4. Next, let's talk about the A/B test between Feidian, which means lightning fast, and the Feiying, shadow fast, which is faster. Lightning or the shadow. In a word, the lightning wins. Whether it's energy return or rebound speed, the Feidian 6 Elite just performs at a higher tier. That energetic, almost endless feel, that's the 6 Elite's signature. I bought both pairs at full price on their release days, with about a $43 difference between them. That extra money gets you that polyurethane coated foam tech, the red capsule. Before that tech came out, we usually associated soft or squishy with mushy, and a lot of times I'd use the word firm and responsiveness almost interchangeably. But that polyurethane coated foam tech seems to rewrite the rules of physics. It makes the foam both soft and quick to respond. That's what makes the Feidian 6 Elite brilliant. That's its magic. Obviously, you can even tell by looking at the Plaid 3, which is $43 cheaper, doesn't have that cutting-edge foam tech, no capsule. But it still achieves softness and responsiveness through top-tier material and foaming process. It's just not quite as dialed in as the 6 Elite. When A/B testing, I feel like the 6 Elite is a shoe that might be better for more booming, loping runners, getting a lot of bounce, a lot of flight time. I feel like the Plaid 3 is better suited for high cadence runners. And I feel like the 6 Elite was built for really fast running. You will feel a bit wobbly at easy paces. The Plaid 3 has a slightly firmer feel than the 6 Elite, but that also makes it safer. I could run any pace I wanted in it. If you are not looking for a safe shoe, if you are looking for something more exciting, get the 60 Elite. That's probably the best money you can spend right now on a race day shoe. If you want to spend a bit less and you want a race shoe that can handle a bit of everything, go with the Plaid 3. Lastly, some quick note on the Plaid series. Right now, all 3 generations are on the market at the same time, which might confuse some audience. First, the Kung Fu Ultra Foam in the 3rd gen is on a different level compared to the old Kung Fu Pro HP foam. The energy return is better on the new foam. That's the key takeaway. In terms of who each version is for, the 1st gen and 1.5 both perform best with the forefoot and midfoot striking, but the foam overall is mild and easy to compress. It absorbs impact really well. That makes them a great choice for first-time marathoners to get more protection. The 2nd gen is good for high-cadence runners, especially those who heel strike and transition to forefoot. The heel foam still holds up really well even by today's standards. As for the 3rd gen, even if I didn't say it, anyone can tell it's designed to maximize performance upfront in the forefoot striking category. But from my experience, even when I do some heel striking, I feel like even if you took out that middle orange layer, the remaining 2 layers of foams will still hold their own against the best marathon racing shoes on the market. I don't think the 3rd gen really cares how you land. I think the midsole setup works really well to deliver a really fast ride. You're going to be able to hit the ground, have it absorb your impact force, and then pop back up in a really pleasant bouncing way. So, all around, a positive running experience for sure. Alright, that's all I've got for today. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about this shoe or tips for improving my English speaking. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. I'll be bringing you more on Chinese running products. Follow if you are interested, and hope you have a good one.